I can honestly say that I was somebody who tried to drown and mask my problems and the things that were inside of me that I didn't like by doing such things. You know what I mean? I used to pop Xanax. I used to pop ecstasy. I used to smoke weed, sip drink, smoke sherm, PCP, you know, do all these different things. And I thought it was just because I was having a good time and living life. But all the while I was really running away. I was really running away from things in my past and things that I didn't like about myself, right? Perfect example. Me and a buddy of mine, I'm just gonna say his name was Jose. His name was Jose. I want to say I was like maybe like 20, 21 at the time, and we were sitting in front of my house out there in Pasadena, and we were smoking a sherm stick, and I just got to crying, and he was like, "Man, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, what you doing crying?" And I'm like, "Man, I'm tired of living the way I'm living, bro. Like, I'm out here selling these drugs. I'm doing drugs. I'm robbing people. I know I wasn't created to do this. I knew I was created to do something more meaningful with my life." And he knew that I rap. He would go to a lot of my concerts with me, and he was like, "Man, why don't you just start doing gospel rap or something like that, man? Do something motivational. Like, you're real good at talking to people and like encouraging people." And at that time, I wasn't trying to hear nothing about no gospel, no God, no Jesus, no none of that. And so I came up with every excuse as why not to go down that road, you know what I mean, and do something better with my life. Needless to say, I continued doing, smoking sherm and doing drugs. And I eventually, went down to prison for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I know there's a lot of people out there, man, including myself. Like, we make so many excuses as to why we don't want to better our life, or why we don't want to change ourselves, or why we don't want to face the things that it is that we're running from. You know what I mean? But your past is with you. It's never going to be behind you, as far in the sense as you can escape it. You can't escape your past. You know what I mean? The only thing you can do is face your past, deal with it, and move on from it. You know what I mean? And so I just want to encourage people, man, that whatever you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing as far as drinking, smoking, popping pills, whatever it is to mask or to run away from pain, trauma, guilt, something about yourself that you don't like, or something about the past that you don't like, man, remember, you cannot drown those problems. Those problems are going to float. They're going to be there in the beginning. They're going to be there in the end. You know what I mean? It's up to us to find that willpower to change and to make the necessary changes within ourselves and around us to move on from that past and to, make a better way for our future. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just know that, man. Y'all got the willpower. You got all the power. You got all the power. You got everything inside of you that you need to change your destiny, to change your future. You know what I mean? As far as what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that was a very meaningful and impactful part of my life when I heard that old man say, you know, um, his problems didn't drown, they floated. You know what I mean? They float. And this is coming from a man who lost his wife after being married to her for 30 some years. And to see a grown man, he must have been in his 50s or 60s, and to hear him, you know, see him tear up and, share that side of himself with a bunch of, inmates and convicts and, you know, people who were, some of us were headed to prison, some of us weren't. But regardless, you know what I mean, as men in general, but especially in jail, we don't show no emotion, we don't show no weakness, we don't show that side of ourselves. Whatever you want to call it, whether you want to call it a strength or a weakness for a man to cry, we don't show that side of ourselves while being incarcerated. And to see this man cry and tear up and talk about how he had to come to that realization and, make a change and stop being, such an alcoholic, that was a very impactful moment in my life. Now, did I change after that? After I left from the county? No, I didn't. I got worse, but it's something that always stuck with me in the back of my mind, that no matter what I do in life, no matter what I do or how I do it to try to mask or to try to cope my pain or my trauma or things about myself that I don't like, those problems are always going to be there. You know what I mean? And honestly, to tell you the truth, just in my experience, a lot of my drug addiction and a lot of things that I did in my past, they weren't even to mask or to run away from, from past experiences or things that I did in my past. Really, to tell you the truth, a lot of my addiction came from me wanting, me not liking things about myself. And I made an excuse, oh, like, this is who I am, this is what I do. But really, to tell you the truth, I was just running away from my true self because my true self didn't even like my current self. You know what I'm saying? So